Hi everyone, welcome to the next training vlog video. So this was my fourth training session of the week and I was training my lower body and chest. Now before I show you the training footage, something I've spoken about on Instagram this week is 2 tips to help with tracking your food intake if you're new to doing this. If you're new to tracking your food intake, you may be a little bit overwhelmed. These 2 tips should really help dramatically. And the first of which is just to appreciate that if your goals are fat loss, within the fat loss phase, protein and total calories really are the most important factors. So therefore, instead of thinking about each macronutrient individually, just think about protein, getting sufficient protein to preserve lean muscle mass within the fat loss phase, and then calories matched to your goal. Focus on those 2 things, so that should make it a little bit simpler as opposed to thinking protein, carbohydrates and fats. In short, the carb to fat ratio should just be down to your personal preference. Now, with that being said, I wouldn't allow your fat intake to go below approximately 20% of total calories. However, you should meet that by default. So just again, focus on protein, total calories, let your personal preference dictate the carb to fat ratio. And then the second tip is to, instead of thinking about meeting macronutrients or calories and protein within each individual meal, all I want you to do is just plug foods into MyFitnessPal as the day goes along. And then once you get to the end of the day, you're then going to look on MyFitnessPal and just see what targets you're short of, see what calories you have left over, and see if you're short of your protein target. If you are, use a mini snack meal at the end of the day to make up for these remaining proteins and also total calories as well. And this makes it that much less stressful, because instead of trying to nail the meal by meal targets, which is what a lot of people do, you're not having to think about it as much. You're plugging foods into MyFitnessPal as the day goes along. You're still being sensible, but at the end of the day, that's when you look on MyFitnessPal, and that's the only time you're really having to consciously calculate, okay, I need this much protein, I need this many calories to make up your daily totals. Because remember, those daily totals are the most important factor, and that helps a lot, because instead of just tracking the whole day, you're still doing that automatically via MyFitnessPal, but consciously you're only really thinking about that last meal. As long as you're sensible throughout the day, as long as you leave calories at the end of the day to make up the net difference of any protein you're short of, any calories you're short of. So hopefully that's been useful. Enjoy the training footage and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care.
I'm gonna love you inside out. Inside out, I'm gonna love